Hola, tis I, Alicia. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Today we're going to look into this house in Connecticut that I believe there's a movie about it, Haunting in Connecticut. So we're going to look into the story of this house. So this family, the Snedekers, they moved into the house. So it's Alan and Carmen, their three sons, a daughter, and two nieces. Everybody moves into this home. It's a former funeral home. They move in, and then all of a sudden they have all of these haunting experiences. They said there was attacks, there was apparitions, there's personality changes in the oldest son, and then they call in Ed and Lorraine Warren. These are the famous demonologist people at the time, and they were also involved in the Amityville horror case. They came in and they investigate and they declare that the house is possessed. Evil lives here at this house. Other facts come out later that the oldest son is got some problems with some substances. He's got some mental problems. And then he also admitted to doing some of the stuff in the house, some of the things that the family was complaining about. In addition, while everything horrible is going on in this house, there's an upstairs neighbor who's living there and he's not having any problems. Everything seems to be fine for them. Then at some point a book is written and conflicting stories are given. The author says that he's given instructions to ignore the conflicts of story and just sensationalize the story, because at some point it was made into a movie. It was also used by Ed and Lorraine Warren in their talks. And so this was like the house that was one of the famous ones, like Amityville Horror, not as famous, but one of those ones where you wonder what's really going on with this house. Is it outrageous as it was played up to be, or maybe not at all? So I thought, let's look into it. Let's look into this house and the reports that are going on in the house. All sorts of horrible things. Everything horrible you could imagine is happening at this house. Is it true? Let's see. Okay. First, let me remind you, this is a tarot card reading for entertainment purposes only. And it's all alleged. All right. Here's what I'm seeing. I think things were happening in the house that led I guess we'll say, Alan and Carmen to become concerned. Things are ramping up, things are getting out of control, and so they decide to call in for some help, the Warrens. They're telling them about what's going on. I think the Warrens do come in, they're looking at the house, they're studying it to seeing what's going on, doing whatever it is they do when they're investigating. And then I think at some point Ed and Lorraine see a gold mine. Sorry. There's an outside force here that is manipulating these situations. So I think when there's those rumors about the son doing some of this stuff, I think that's where we can lay the blame. I'm not feeling El Diablo here in this house at all. None of that. There's this there's secrets going on that are being manipulated by a younger male. And I think at some point this becomes identified, and there's a realization that this can play one of two ways. We're going to play it either that you have a troubled person in your family, or that we can play that we can make some dinero off of this, and we're just all going to keep our mouths shut on what the truth is. But this is a golden opportunity, and everybody needs to keep their mouth shut about this. Do I even need to go any further with this? There's no El Diablo in this house. This whole story is like BS, in my opinion, on what I'm seeing here. There is no El Diablo. Alright, let's look into then. I'm curious about the Warrens now. Why did we pick this house? Let's use this deck. Why did we pick this house to turn this into a story that we're going to share with the media, that we're going to drum up, interest in. I will tell you, I don't know which way, and maybe I'll have to do a whole entire read on the Warrens by themselves, because I had read one of their books and it was like chilling to me. I was like, ugh, I don't want to read this anymore. It's like too much El Diablo for me. But now I'm starting to wonder about them, seeing this. Why are they making this house into something it's not? Here they are. They're in the center of this. It looks like they've struggled with facts in the past. And you could often say that there's plenty of, like, Lorraine's supposed to be a psychic, a clairvoyant, I believe. Maybe something else are her gifts. But in some ways, some could say that that's hard to validate. And I think that's what we're using as our foundation for this. So if Lorraine's saying, I see a demon, or there's something not right here, bad vibes, that then can be manipulated into the story of here's El Diablo living in Connecticut. There's this idea of like we're moving forward and we're hoping that secrets do not get exposed, because the truth is right there in front of all of them. The truth is right there in front of all of them. They know what's going on. This is not, to Ed and Lorraine, this is not a true El Diablo house. It is not. They know it. They know what's going on here. And that's our main concern, is that this is an opportunity and it could be resolved if we remove the person who's largely responsible for this. We could remove the problem. We could suggest to remove the person who's the center of all of this. However, we have these desires to be stars. We're looking at this as opportunistic. This is what we want to do with this. They're wanting to be leaders in the ghost world, the paranormal world. They're looking to establish themselves as leaders. They want to reign supreme. They're just banking on that nobody's going to dig too deep, that everybody's on board with this, that this is a wonderful opportunity for all involved. How is the family then? What are they being told? Does the family know? Are they in on it? They thought it was El Diablo. And then they realized it's not. The secrets are full. Moving forward, we're keeping the secrets. There's some idea, too, of like, perhaps we should have called in a real exorcist or something. I don't know. Or taking the Warrens that they're going to do this. There is the fear. They also want to become stars. They want to be a part of this. They want to make money. They're worried that they're not going to be able to keep the story straight, to keep it all in alignment here. They're afraid that the secret's going to get out and destroy everything, but they also have the primary desire. They want to profit off of this if they can. It feels like the mother energy is the one here that's concerned, like was concerned in the past that there was El Diablo hanging out here. But then there's like, no, let's keep moving forward. And I think it's because the Warrens are pushing this idea forward. So they're looking at the Warrens. These are like their official demonologists. So they're like, okay, let's go forward. But then there's this, at some point, they buy in on this idea to move forward with this story. Then secrets get revealed here. And there's this hoping that everything doesn't come crashing down and that the story doesn't die out because the truth is revealed. So however you want to interpret that, you go ahead. But again, I said it's all alleged for entertainment purposes, tarot card reading, but this is not feeling legit at all. So with that, thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a like, and I'll see you next time. Adios.